So in this one, I'm helping a friend out right now with a couple ASUS 4 gig GPUs. They're RX 570 ASUS strict cards, and they're not a huge amount of money. You can get 4 gig cards right now on eBay. We'll put up a list here, but I've seen them as low as $125, even in today's market when you talk in 4 gig cards. These also could be 470s, really the Polaris line out there. And you can do Ethereum Classic, you can do Ravencoin, not as efficient as something like one of the newer NVIDIA cards, but substantially cheaper than getting something like one of the new RTX 3000 series, or even the overpriced 2000 series on what folks are charging. GTX 1060s, 1070s also work for this kind of thing when you're starting to talk about at least the 6 gig cards. But let's take you guys through a build like this. So this is using an old case that we used to have for the GTX 1060s. I used to have 7 1060s in this build here, 3 gig cards. And you guys can see a pair of these RX 570 4 gig cards in here. I think they just kind of fit. And you can use really any case. I always recommend try to build your own, something that's cheap, don't spend a lot of money, or get one of these cheaper cases that you can find to just get the cards away from the motherboard. And on this case here, we're not even using a mining motherboard. We're using a Z270 Prime. This is from ASUS. You can use really any motherboard if you're taking cards to at least 4 to 6 cards on most all motherboards these days. And even some of the older boards will support that. But if you're just starting with a small miner, start with just a cheaper setup. The thing that you're going to look at is from when we look at like this with a 1000-watt power supply, these are a little more, but you can use the parallel miner link below that's in the description. Find yourself a little cheaper setup on the power supply, spend about $100 on that, and then have enough to run a pair of these cards. You know, and then you're looking at all in for this entire build like this, you'd be under $1,000 or less to get a couple GPUs out there and running for you, and be able to give you that platform that can try a couple different setups. So really, I mean, just a real quick video. We're going to throw some graphics up there for you guys to see kind of the build out and just some examples of what to find and what to look for to get your crawl, walk, run strategy in place to learn how to do some GPU mining. Then you can go out there and determine if you want to spend the money on having a more higher end GPU that can just get you an output change. So I guess the real takeaway from this video today is to make sure that you understand that the hardware that we talk about on this channel, it really comes back down to just an output and an energy profile. So how much energy is the card using versus how much you're getting mega hash wise, and what different algorithms can be mined with it. And taking a slower, more cost-effective approach on it will get you an understanding of what your true ability is to build these rigs, maintain them, and then you can get into the more expensive stuff if you choose to do that through your own research and see if it works out for your particular situation. So understand you don't need to go out there and just spend a ton of money on some hardware out there. So hopefully this was a real quick one for you guys. We gave you guys some good detail on that data, and be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
This episode is sponsored by Compass Mining, the company that makes Bitcoin mining accessible for everyone. The world is paying attention to Bitcoin miners lately. Mining difficulty is down and profitability is up. There's almost never been a better time to be a miner. Getting started with Compass is easy. You just purchase a machine, pick a hosting facility, and let them do the work. So if you're ready to start mining Bitcoin today, head over to compassmining.io.